Many thanks to our Jeremy Diamond for that report. In Nigeria, thousands of young people have been protesting against police brutality as part of a largely peaceful movement called End SARS. But on October 20th, these protests turned deadly as the army and police opened fire on unarmed civilians. Nigerian authorities deny killing any protesters, but after examining hours of footage and video data and speaking to dozens of witnesses, CNN can reveal this is not true. Nima Elbega has this exclusive report, but we warn you, viewers may find some of this content disturbing.
The Nigerian government denies this happened. A peaceful protest turned deadly.
The police came, we were peaceful. They came and started shooting at us.
CNN investigated the events at Lekki Tolegate the night of October 20th in Lagos, Nigeria. After analysing hours of footage, we are going to tell a story that is radically different than the one the authorities are telling.
Now, peaceful protests have been? Okay, make everybody the same. Now, where's the flag?
He was one of the demonstrators having fun live streaming the event. He, like many others, gathered in a peaceful demonstration of discontent after weeks of protest against what they called systemic police brutality and corruption. What Godson and the protesters did not know is that the army is already on its way. This is Bonnie Camp, a military garrison on the south side of Lagos. We know through analysing the footage they left at 6:29 p.m. heading towards Lekki Tolegate. We can see here the Nigerian government forces approaching. The protesters are gathered on the other side of the gate. As Nigerian forces get closer, you can see shots. At 6:43 p.m., we start hearing gunfire. We know this from the timestamp and data on this video. Here's another angle.
They are releasing fire. They are releasing fire.
Nigerian authorities say they fired blanks into the air, not at protesters. But CNN obtained video that appears to show the army shooting toward the crowd. Here, and at the top of your screen, here. In the midst of the chaotic scenes is DJ Switch, a Nigerian celebrity and activist. She is broadcasting live on Instagram.
I wanted people to see what was happening. I didn't want anybody to come and twist the story.
Witnesses tell CNN ambulances were stopped from entering by Nigerian authorities. You can see here people at the scene trying to conduct CPR.
Please explain to me how, in which part of the world do you go to a protest with live bullets?
Everybody look at this. These are the bullets they were falling. They were falling behind our side that were dodging bullets.
CNN has verified that these bullet casings are from live ammunition. They are of mixed origin. Some are Serbian. This one from 2005. Nigerian military sources verified to us that these are munitions that are currently in use by Nigeria's army. And in collaboration with the Balkan Investigative Reporting Network, we were also able to procure Serbian export documents, proving that Nigeria purchased weaponry from Serbia for almost every year between 2005 and 2016. The shooting continued past midnight. Eyewitnesses tell us it wasn't just the army. At this point, they say police arrived and opened fire.
My hand is broken. My leg is broken. The police are still shooting at us. If I don't make it through the night, let it be known. I died fighting for our freedom.
So why were live rounds used at a peaceful protest? Many family members of those still missing are asking that question as they hunt for answers or the bodies of their loved ones. Elisha's brother Victor was at the protest that night.
Someone picked my brother's phone and called me. I said that my brother Victor Sunday is among of those people that was shot at Lekki Tolegate. And I entered into the hospital and searched. I did not see him. And we are trying our best to just find him. But there is no way to find him.
What we're about to show you is incredibly graphic, but it's also incredibly important. This is Elisha's brother Victor. The data in this footage shows it was filmed at 1:04 a.m. at Lekki Tolegate. Elisha says he received a call about his brother's death around this time. This places Victor exactly at the location of the protest on the night witnesses say they were shot at. This is important because Nigerian authorities deny anyone was killed at the scene. Since this incident, CNN has contacted over 100 protesters and family members. They pointed their guns at us and they started shooting. We asked what they heard.
When we had gunshots from behind the tolls.
And felt.
This where I was shot and the bullet went through my back.
Many are in hiding. Some have fled the country. CNN tried to share these findings with the Nigerian army but received no response. Lagos state authorities would not comment on our reporting until they said a judicial panel of inquiry presents its findings. The wait for answers here continues. Nerman Barra, CNN, London.
The Nigerian army has called the allegations fake news on Twitter. CNN has repeatedly reached out to them for comment, but has not heard back. However, while before a judicial tribunal, a Nigerian army general testified saying this: "There's no way officers and men will kill their brothers and sisters. I repeat, no way. We have those who constantly seek to drive a wedge between us and between the citizens and Nigeria." And for more on this exclusive report, you can visit our website at CNN.
I showed you images.
No, I'm talking about my time. That's not relevant here. Just to show that there are so many explanations for what happened. I, for instance, am convinced by a lot of things you have said. I'm not going to the issue of Lekki Tolegate itself. Now, when you deploy your personnel on operation, are they normally debriefed?
They are briefed.
Do they debrief them when they come back?
After.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, of course.
They are debriefed.
Because you use it for lessons learned.
Thank you very much. So that's where I'm going. You have confirmed here, sir, that your personnel actually goes to Lekki Tolegate, and that the interaction did not involve anything that would have been counted as breach of rule of engagement.
Yes.
And what you showed us here speaks to that. Now, I'm asking you, when you debrief them, was there a report of any fatality or casualty?
None.
So you can see we are not really fighting. I just want us to get the truth.
No, rather than that,
So my final question, sir. The phase 4, what do you call phase 4?
of the internal security operation.
Please. What does it imply when you get to that stage? What does it imply in terms of deployment of armed forces? What does it mean?
Okay,
when you get to that
phase
stage?
1 to 3. Phase 1 to 3 is basically observation, monitoring, training,
and
readiness for deployment.
So,
phase 4 is the actual deployment to especially hotspots, places that have problems, patrol, and things like that. We are currently in phase 4.
Now, phase 4 call. Who makes that call? Is it a military decision or decision by a governor of the state? Who makes the call of that we are now at phase 4? Guys, boys, move.
Now, before phase 4 is activated,
yes,
the governor will have sought permission or made a few calls or transmitted a letter to the president or in this case, even to the Chief of Army Staff. The governor indeed called even the Chief of Staff to the President.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, that stage of the governor is still part of phase 3. Because the decision that will come after that, no, please, let's get this clear. The decision of the government say, look, this thing is out of our hands, the police are overwhelmed, the threat is real, we need additional force. It then makes, it's a request, it's not a demand, it makes a request. Is that not so?
Yes.
And then the governor, if Mr. President takes a decision whether that request as at that time was warranted. Is that not so? It's a call from Mr. President. Even if you send it to the Chief of Army Staff, it still has to clear with Mr. President. You know, I've read the section of the Constitution about So when the governor, after his Security Council meeting on Monday 19th, at which I've explained to you who appeared, a decision was taken that the situation warranted a coffee. You have confirmed here that the governor tried to get Mr. President, and he also tried to get Chief of Army Staff. You have confirmed that?
I didn't say Mr. President. I know he spoke to the Chief of Staff, the President.
Okay.
He spoke to the Chief of Army Staff, and he spoke to the GOC 81 Division. Also, before then, he had spoken to the Commander 9 Brigade. But the Commander 9 Brigade does not have the power to deploy troops in that.
I'm very happy with what you are saying. Now, with all these calls, the governor has no preemptive power to impose his will on them. They have to assess it for their own professional judgment, whether his request makes sense or not. Am I right, sir? That's why he had to make the request. So this is the situation on ground, sir. Please, Chief of Staff to the President, help me inform the President, this is where we are. Chief of Army Staff, this is where we are. Then they take a decision after looking at it, supported by your intelligence, Security Council, everything, and say, look, it is necessary.
The governor is involved in that decision.
No, please. Don't, General, let's not dabble into politics and constitutionalism.
It is not politics.
Hold on, sir. I asked you before that when the president makes an order in terms of security in the state, the governor has no right to veto it. He must comply. I read that to you. Now what I'm saying is like this. The request to deploy armed forces by a governor is just what it is, a request. The decision, the call, whether that will be done, is left to Commander-in-Chief and his line officers. That should be simple, it's obvious.
What you are saying is that when the governor calls for intervention, he backs off.
No, I'm not. Because of course I'm not. No. I'm saying
that is what I understand.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that he has to do that because he has no right of command over the forces he requires for security. So he goes to the higher authority and says, look, this is where we are. We need it. Then the authority then makes an informed judgment based on the facilities and intelligence, security reports, everything, whether it is necessary. Otherwise, don't want to go and alarm a community that is this and say there is problem and put military all over the place. So what I'm saying is that the last stage for the government is to, after conferring with this Security Council, like this is a state that warrants the army to come in, is to now make that request to the Commander-in-Chief. Because I said now, he doesn't have line of command with any of your military personnel. He's a political appointee and he only relates with the head of political authority, which is the President, who doubles as both military, Commander-in-Chief, and President of the country. So what I'm trying to find out from you is that if Mr. President considered that it was unnecessary for the military to deploy that day, would the governor be in a position to direct him to go out? If you are aware of the no.
Obviously no.
Thank you very much. My Lord, that is all for the